Machiavelli Mills TV, y'all. Video games today, they are great. I give you that. They are great. I love playing Call of Duty. I love playing NBA 2K. Hell, I even love playing the WWE, the 2K18, 2K19, them joints. I think those games are dope, right? But don't nothing compare to those video games that came out in the late 90s and the early 2000s. When I tell y'all, me and my homies, me and my cousins and all of us, we used to play like a tournament with 007 GoldenEye that came out on 64. Nintendo 64? We had a whole house. I promise you, the kids in my neighborhood, we'd be all in there in front of the game playing the game. On my birthday, my mama would have all my friends at the house. We'd be in there playing tournaments, playing back to back. My sister, my older sister used to be playing GoldenEye with us all the time. We had Killer Instinct. Y'all know Killer Instinct with Saber Wolf, Orchid, what's my man name? TJ Combo, all them boys on there. We used to get down on them games, and it was fun as hell to play those games. Like, we would be excited to play them games when we got them. I remember when we first got what's that, Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Me and my sister and my cousin, we was playing that game diligently, like trying to figure out ways. I went and got a book to figure out the ways to beat some of the levels on the game, because at that point in my life, I was young, so video games were kind of complex, to kind of figure out how to do all these different things in the game. And I was so excited to learn how to do something new on those games. But I promise you, man, them games were fun to play. Like, everybody know that GoldenEye, that 007 GoldenEye, man, it probably started some fights, but it caused a lot of fun. If you was at your crib, right, y'all having a sleepover, somebody coming over to kick it with you or whatever, stuff got fun when you put on GoldenEye. I had Ready to Rumble. Ready to Rumble was dope too, with Afro Thunder and Lulu Valentine. Listen, my daughter was born on Valentine's Day. I nicknamed her Lulu because of that character, Lulu Valentine. Seriously, video games back then was like, it was on another level. I had Super Mario 64. I had the Mario Kart. Now my auntie and my mama and them used to play Mario Kart with me. Like, Mario Kart was like, yeah, that was dope. The racing, because my mother and them, she liked the little racing games. My auntie loved the racing games and stuff like that. And then Mario Kart, they had the shell that follow you all, the honing shell, the shell that hones in on you and knock the driver out of his seat so you can speed past them. Then when I got the PlayStation, the PS1, the first PlayStation, I had Spyro the Dragon. Now y'all know about Spyro. Like, I promise you, I was looking on, I was waiting for PS4 to re-release Spyro. Remaster and re-release Spyro. They got all 3 Spyros on the PlayStation Network. I'm about to cop it. It's that serious, man. Like, when I got that game too, my pops had got it for me for my, not for my birthday. It was for Christmas. And me and my sister, we stayed up all night playing Spyro. Because at that point, I didn't have a memory card. Now, back when you had to have a memory card, you couldn't, you had to save your stuff on the card. Like, if you didn't have a memory card, you got to start the game all the way back over when you play it again. We would be playing it all night. The game hot. We ain't care. We going back to back. We switching the controllers back and forth, trying to flip this game in one night. Now, we didn't flip it in one night. I had to get a memory card. But I mean, we got pretty damn far on them games. Like, and Spyro was dope. He can get on a skateboard. He can glide. He can do all type of crazy stuff with his horns and all of that. We had a lot of fun playing them games. We had Tomb Raider. We had Crash Bandicoot. Like, we had all them games was extra fun. And I mean, I feel like the story mode was forever, so you couldn't beat the game in one night. I feel like the story mode went on and on and on. Resident Evil 2. And that game was scary. I don't know, man. That game, when I played that game, we used to have my god brothers, right? They lived on the first floor. They used to come. We lived on the 3rd floor. They used to come upstairs and watch me. My god brother used to play too, and my sister. We'd be all watching each other play the game with the lights off in there. That Resident Evil 2 was scary. I don't care what nobody say. There was some spooky stuff on there. I mean, when you open the door, when you open it, it'd be like a pitch black screen whenever you open a door on the game. And then it's a pitch black screen and then you walk through the door. On some of the doors in there, as soon as you open the little door, a zombie is right in your face. As soon as you open the door, crazy stuff. Stuff jumping through windows as soon as you walk into a room. That game was scary. It was creepy, but the game itself was fun. The experience was dope. The weapons they had on the game. And it was, again, the game was lengthy. So, and it had all different type of things you could find in the game to make the experience even better. Now they got those in the game too, which makes it better. But like those games, man, were classic. Like they re-released their Resident Evil 2 on PlayStation Network, and I think it's we gotta buy it for like 60, like a real game, like a new game, because that Resident Evil 2, everybody know, with Leon S. Kennedy and Claire Redfield, that Resident Evil 2, special. That was special. Then we had so many games. We had Street Fighter Alpha 3. We had Mega Man X4. Like all them games we had, them joints was fire. I had Bushido Blade. I had I had a slew of games, man. A slew of games we used to play all the time. NBA, now this was early 2000s. NBA Street. NBA Street? Listen, I was playing that like, you know how you play My Player on NBA 2K now? Like NBA Street with my creator dude. That Street Volume 2 was fire. Them games, that Street Volume 2 was fire. My best friend, Kiefer Sykes, he had the Street Volume 2. And he let me borrow it. We ended up trading games off. Even though I wasn't supposed to be doing that, we ended up doing it anyway. And that Street Volume 2 had all my cousins that were living in Robert Taylor Projects. We was living on 48th in Indiana in Chicago at the time. So we was like right up the street from the Robert Taylors. My cousin, Bobo, my cousin that got married, he would come after, he was in high school. He would come after school to come to my house and play NBA Street Volume 2. We would be going back and forth. He would be advancing his character. I had the NBA Live, the NBA Live 04 with Vince Carter on the cover. That joint was fire. And then we had all the Grand Theft Autos, Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City. All of them, man, them games was dope, man. All them video games were fun. That was fun. I'm trying to think of the stuff I had a lot of games on 64. I had, like I said, Ready to Rumble. Oh, Super Smash Brothers. How could I forget about Super Smash Brothers, bro? Kirby? I promise you, instant win. Kirby was the man. I was cold with Kirby. I had Captain Falcon with that Falcon punch. That joint was, his stuff was cold. And I had, who I used to play with? I used to play with Link too. Link from the Zelda video game. I used to play with Link too. But yeah, man, the Super Smash Brothers series on 64, everybody and their mama wanted to have that one. Because it was just like, you never could fathom the idea of fighting with Super Mario against, what's my man from Fox McCloud. You have Samus fighting against Luigi. You have Kirby fighting against Link. All that type of stuff like that. Like, that was dope. That was them video games, man. They need to re-release another Super Smash Brothers for PlayStation 4. I gotta play that joint. They gotta re-release a Smash Brothers series. Like, that was fire. Yeah, man. I promise you, I'm thinking off the top of my head. I had so many games because I was a video game head when I was a kid. When I got to high school, I backed away from the game because my interest shifted from video games to girls. So I started getting interested in girls and stuff, and I started to leave video games alone and started to just strictly focus on sports, school, and girls. And then when I got to graduate school, after I got my bachelor's degree, I started to get stressed out. So I got me a video game to, alleviate the stress. And I started to get back into video games now. And the first games I got was like the Mortal Kombat X, because I grew up loving Mortal Kombat. I had it on the PlayStation, the first PlayStation, and my cousin had it on. My cousin had it on 64. He had it on Nintendo 64. So I was playing then, and everybody loves Sub-Zero or Scorpion and Liu Kang. That was the guys everybody played with. But video games is just, I don't know, man. Them experiences with those games, well, I remember feeling how, like, when a new game dropped, me and my sister be at the edge of our seat, like, anticipating how the game was going to be. My sister was just into it just as much as I was, which made the experience even better because You know, I had a sister that was gonna play with me. I had a brother that was gonna play with me. My auntie was gonna play with me. Like, you know, all of that. But I'm trying to think of some more video games I really enjoyed at that time period. But yeah, that GoldenEye, the 007 GoldenEye, Super Smash Brothers, that Zelda series at the Ocarina of Time. I beat that one. When I beat that, I was amazed because I feel like that game was super hard for a child to really understand. I'm like 8 or 9 at the time. Then I had what else I had? At the Ocarina of Times, I had the Killer Instinct game. I had a lot of stuff. I had Super Mario 64. I beat that one. I had Mario Kart. All those games, man. For real. Y'all let me know what y'all favorite game was during that time period. Y'all might say Tomb Raider, Spyro the Dragon. You might say I don't know, was it Tekken? Y'all remember Soul Calibur? They came on Dreamcast. The Soul Calibur was dope, and Power Stone. I don't know if y'all like Power Stone, and I thought Power Stone was pretty decent. We used to play Power Stone. I didn't have Power Stone. My uncle had it. I used to play Power Stone. I used to play Tekken, Marvel versus Capcom 2 and all that. That was on Dreamcast too. My uncle had that one. I would play that one a lot. Yeah, man, they had just a great series of video games to play at that time period. So I was into it heavy. That Resident Evil 2, like I mentioned. We had what else stuff we had? We had a lot of different fun games to play. And I would I'd be stocking up every year. Every year I used to want another video game for my birthday or for Christmas or something like that. So I was definitely getting them games to the point. The Street Volume 2, hella tournaments on that. And when them wrestling, I had WWF No Mercy, on Nintendo 64. Then I got the SmackDown games, SmackDown 1 and SmackDown 2 on PlayStation. Then I got the what was that? Shut Your Mouth. WWF or WWE, it was WWF at the time, or WWE. I don't know if it flipped at that point. But I had the Shut Your Mouth. That joint was dope. I had that game too on PlayStation 2. And I used to create me a player and be getting it in on that one. Trying to think what other games I had. I need so many games, man. Again, those games in the late 90s and early 2000s make you cherish your childhood. Like, I was into them video games. Then when they dropped the Dragon Ball Z joint, the not the Xenoverse. What was the first Dragon Ball? Budokai. Some Dragon Ball Z Budokai. That was on PlayStation 2. I was like, what the hell? They got a Dragon Ball Z game that was dope like that? I had that one. I had Budokai 2. Man, I was going in on them games, bro. I promise. I'm trying to think of all the stuff I had. But yeah. Oh, Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry, that was another one. I had the Devil May Cries. I had the latest one. He was Virgil. You can play as Virgil, play as Dante. All of that, man. Yeah, man, so that's just me reminiscing on the games now. I'm probably about to cop this Mortal Kombat 11 that came out. I was playing it last night with with my little cousins at my uncle's house, and they got it, and they be going in on the joint. So I'm think I'm gonna cop that Mortal Kombat 11. I've been telling my lady we gonna cop that one. She like to play the fighting games too. So they be playing the Injustice 2. Her and my sister be playing the Injustice 2. Oh, her, my big sister and my little sister and my daughter like playing Injustice 2, for real. And then so I'm gonna get the new Mortal Kombat 11 and see how that is, because I know they're gonna be wanting to play that a lot. So, and I enjoy the story mode on Mortal Kombat X, which is Mortal Kombat 10, the one before this one. I enjoyed that story mode thoroughly, so I'm gonna get the new one in hopes of enjoying this story mode as well. I like to have a cat. Like, when I looked at it yesterday, I like how they had Jax looking. I thought he looked clean. I thought it was dope. So I'm gonna check it out and see if I really, really enjoy it thoroughly on my own. I only played it a few times with my little cousins, but looked fun. But anyway, those games was not like those games in the late 90s and early 2000s were like no other. Y'all let me know what y'all favorite video games was during that time period. Drop it below in the comment section. Machiavelli Mills TV. Peace.